Hi everyone, welcome to Honey Drops Tarot. This is a reading for the fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and their twin flame connection. Twins, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your likes, shares, and subscribes. I truly appreciate it. Just a quick note, please do not fall for any scammers. I will never reach out to solicit for a private reading. I do offer private readings, and if you're interested in signing up for one of those or in making a donation, you can find that information in my Buy Me a Coffee link, my official Instagram and TikTok, all listed in the About section of my YouTube page. And I thank you so much in advance. Twins, I hope that you're doing well. If you're unsure of what a twin flame dynamic is, I've included a link to Gabi Kovalenko's full-length explanation of the twin flame journey in the description box below. In a nutshell, the twin flame journey is about two people who share the same energetic soul. They oftentimes go through a separation period in which time they are challenged to spiritually ascend, discover their spiritual gifts, and use those gifts to hopefully raise the vibration of themselves and humanity. It's a tall order for twins. Not everyone has a twin, and not everyone is incarnated with their twin in this lifetime. I am a twin, and I do these readings to help the twin flame community kind of get a handle on what is happening in their connection at this time. I'm going to be using two decks for your reading today. For the overall energy, I'm going to be using the Wild Unknown Alchemy deck and a brand new tarot deck to my channel, the Maya Land Collage Tarot. The cards have been pre-shuffled. This is for the fire signs and their twin flame connection. Angels, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for the fire signs? Thank you. Wow. Very appropriate for the fire signs, I would say. Number 18, which corresponds to the moon card. You got summer. So depending on where you are, at least in the northern hemisphere, summer has completely come to an end and fall is really underway. But there could be this nostalgia for summertime. Summer is the time when things are in full bloom, when the heat barrels down upon us. Things seem vibrant and Spirit just said worthy. In the summertime, it's the time when we have the most sun in the sky. Maybe something happened this past summer that you are feeling nostalgic about. I'm looking at this shape. I can't stop looking at whatever this shape is. It kind of is fluxing in and out of things. Like first it looks like it could be the top of a diamond. It could also look like the sections of a piece of fruit, like an orange or like a citrus fruit. It also looks like an image in the reverse, like the negative exposure, like of an image in reverse. It kind of, you know, at the time that I am recording this, that comet or whatever, 3i Atlas, is barreling through our solar system. And every time, you know, we have all this technology, we can still see 13 billion years into the past, all the way there. But it's really hard to get like a super clear image of 3i Atlas. And for some reason, and that's what it's reminding me of too, like looking up into the sky with all of our technology and just getting this blurry, who knows what. Well, I mean, if you look at the tree itself, it's also in kind of a negative aspect, like a negative positive image transfer. There's something about that. It's like you wanting things to be very clear and they seem a little murky. They seem a little hazy in your connection. Something having to do with summer. Maybe you're like a Leo, born in the summertime, August, July, late July, August. You know, I love the trees. I love sitting by them. I love touching them. I love talking to them. I love channeling to them, like trying to have like telepathic communication with the trees. They're so healing and so connected, and we should be so grateful for the trees. I feel as though there's some kind of life force energy that you are seeking to tap into at this time to somehow connect you to your twin. It's like I see this red dot here is this like magic button that's going to call your twin, call them forth, call them out of this impression of a person into the full embodied state of a person. It's almost like if the tree was your twin, you're seeing this hazy outline of them, maybe in astral projection, in dreams. It's like they're there. They're always there, but they're not there exactly. I did a lot of that when I was in separation from my twin. We would visit each other in the astral many times. But then if I was dreaming about him, which is different, there would be these times, it was awful, when I knew I was in a space and place and I knew he had been there or he was there, but I couldn't find him. I was the chaser, and so in my dream, I was like, he was just here. I could have seen him, he was just here, and then he was gone. I've since asked my twin, like, you don't remember any of that? Nothing? And he doesn't remember. He doesn't remember. So there's this sense here that you want your twin to come into focus and not just be this kind of two-dimensional aspect of themselves. And there's something here about like pressing the magic button. I don't know, maybe it's the send button, the call button, not sure. I'm gonna pull some cards for your energy, see what's going on your side of the street. Look at this. Judgment, number 20 of the major arcana. Isn't it crazy? One, you see this red flag here? That's interesting. But two, it's like in a very domineering finger. It's almost like this finger wants to press this button. Thank you, Spirit. Maybe you have this, if you're in separation from your twin and not talking to them, maybe you have this overwhelming urge to call them, to talk to them, to send that text message that you've been meaning to send. But there's a part of you, you know, that feels that, I mean, maybe what it is that you have to say could be a little judgmental. The Judgment card is all about answering the call of Spirit, actually. The sense that our heart is having this inkling that we're supposed to be rising to some occasion. We're supposed to be, there's something that we're set out to do, we're supposed to do. And we know what it is intuitively, but are we actually following it? Are we actually doing the thing? That's kind of what the Judgment card is all about. But I do feel here, I mean, this is a very imposing, it takes up basically the entire frame here. Maybe both of you were pointing fingers at each other. There could have been some accusation, because Spirit just gave me the word accusatory. I just got hit with this wave of fatigue. Like almost to the point where I want to pause the video and just take a nap. It's been exhausting for you. And there's part of you that wants to step off the journey, and that is absolutely your prerogative. We can never truly cut the cords with our twin, of course. You are your twin and they are you. We don't have to take the journey though. I feel as though you have a lot you still have to say to your twin. Maybe they're not in a space and place to listen. The Empress in reverse. So I feel as though I'm talking to a chaser. The Empress, the power of all 4 queens. That's 2 major arcana you got for your energy. Taurus and Libra. The Empress is magnificent. She's my favorite card in any tarot deck. And she's magnificent because she fully understands her worth. She doesn't have to beg, borrow, steal, anything. She doesn't have to chase. She doesn't have to lower her standards for anybody or anything. She holds herself in high regard. She's the master attractor. And this card came out for you in reverse, which suggests to me that you are not feeling fully empowered. I feel as though there might be some harsh words, thank you, Spirit, that you want to say to your twin. I would refrain. Because your twin is most likely not in the position to hear it, and not to the sense that we need to spare feelings, but you're not gonna, I have a feeling you're not gonna get the response that you think you want. Now, it's not to say that what you feel isn't valid. That's not what I'm saying at all, but kind of coming at your twin with a lot of, it feels kind of insecure, and please take that with the love that I'm meaning with this reading. I'm all with love, but it feels insecure, and you show your cards when you do that. Instinctively, your twin already knows because you guys are telepathic. Instead, maybe you can write a letter, like by hand, and read it back to yourself. And look at it and say, okay, why am I actually upset? What is it that is triggering me? Is it what they said, what they did, or is it how I'm responding to what they said and they did? Can I put myself in their shoes for just a moment? Do they deserve that? Do they deserve that kind of empathy from me? You can do all of that work without having to say a single word to your twin. Because I guarantee you they will not give you the answer you're looking for at this time. Because this feels really overbearing, and this feels like it's not sitting in its own energy. Like an Empress in reverse can feel kind of petty. And it's not a judgment, because I've been there. But it's not going to help you. And I want this to be helpful to you. So express outwardly everything that is bothering you, but do it on paper. Type it out in your notes app and reread it, and imagine somebody saying all of that to you. because that's the whole point of the twin flame journey, right? They are you and you are them. And how would it feel? It's tough. Twins. It's a little bit of a tough love message. You get one more. Ace of Wands, yeah. So, well, it's weird because instantly I saw like a pen. And I saw the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands talks about brand new beginning from Spirit. It's almost like, don't worry about what your twin is doing, thinking, feeling, saying. Don't worry about them. It's time that you focus on you and all of your brand new beginnings and all the great things that you can be doing. Remember, the Judgment card is also about answering the call of Spirit. What is your spirit calling you to do that is completely independent of your twin? For me, it has been and always will be tarot and channeling messages from Spirit. Has nothing to do with him insofar as the day-to-day. He is not the one sitting in this chair, I am. But he was the catalyst. And my relationship with him was the catalyst. The twin flame journey was the catalyst. The ignition, the match that lights everything else. Let's get some cards for your twin. Hanged Man in reverse. Lots of major arcanas. This is big energy. You got two major arcanas and an ace. They're starting with a major arcana in the reverse. Hangman. Number 12 of the major arcana, Virgo and Pisces. Hangman talks about voluntarily putting ourselves in the tree of knowledge. Taking the 30,000 foot view to get some perspective on something. It's a timeout. It's a timeout. But your person, your counterpart, got this card in reverse. And look at her in reverse. She's just so perfectly poised, isn't she? Ho hum, look at me. Feels a little arrogant. Maybe this is why you're so pissed off at your twin. I don't know. Just take it as it resonates. I feel like your twin is a little coy. It feels like they might have this secret that they're not sharing with you, and it pisses you off. I feel triggered for you, like on your behalf. Because here I was kind of getting on you like, come on, fire signs, you're better than this. And then I see this smug look and I'm just like, ew. There's something about it. It feels triggering. It feels smug. And sometimes, doesn't matter twin or no twin, sometimes you just want to wipe that smug look off of somebody's face. Right? That feels very fiery. That's a very fiery feeling. I am Sag rising, so I understand that. But I mean, I think your twin does have something kind of a little bit up their sleeve, not in like a nefarious or like divisive way, but it's almost like something they figured out for themselves and they're not necessarily sharing with you, and that makes you angry because you're twins and they should be sharing things with you, and it's like, no. They figured something out, something pretty crucial. And you know it. It's like, you know that they know something. I just heard secret to life. Thank you, Spirit. Secret to life, secret elixir. I don't know what that means though. Now I'm seeing the movie The Fountain with Hugh Jackman and Rachel Weisz. Darren Aronofsky film. It's really brilliant. I don't know if you've ever seen that film. That film is definitely about twin flames. Now that I think about it. Trying to ask Spirit what... Yeah, that film is about twin flames. God, why did I never realize that before? Lessons learned throughout lifetimes. Secret to Life, Secret Elixir. I would watch that film, The Fountain. Spirit is bringing it up. Can I have another card for their twin, please? Look at this. Yeah, well, this is a divine counterpart. But you're in reverse and they're in the upright. Oh man, that must really irk you. But remember what I said. Did I say that in this reading? We want our twin to succeed. And they succeed, we succeed. The Emperor is the power of all four kings of the tarot, represented by a divine feminine here, but doesn't matter. Somebody with uber masculine energy. The boss, the CEO, ruling an empire full of responsibilities, full of drive and initiative. They know what they want. They go after what they want. They don't stop until they get it. That's the Emperor energy. Your twin could be experiencing a great deal of financial abundance or other kinds of abundance. I mean, the whole regalia is out here. The cloak, the crown, drinking iced coffee or whatever, like at their leisure. I don't know why. I'm not sure. And this is only if you already know, but like I see another, it's like the Emperor's talking to somebody else over here. There could be like a third party scenario. That could piss you off too. And again, it's like we're focusing on ourselves. That's the ticket. That's always been the ticket, to focus on yourself. They've got a lot going on in their life right now. And one more for their twin, please. I want to ask, and I didn't do this in the last reading, but what does your twin want to say to you? Tower in reverse. Another major arcana. Number 16. Scorpio and Aries. The Tower. It's interesting. The Tower often represents this lightning bolt blowing the crown chakra right off the building. It's this sense that there is something here that is crumbling and it needs to come down. The Tower moment happens when the universe has given us a gazillion red flags and we just ignored all of them. And finally, Spirit has to intervene and say, you know what? Enough is enough. And you need to hustle now. You need to get off your butt. And now we're going to make things happen. But the Tower is in reverse. So I specifically asked, what does your twin want to say to you? They want to say, I averted disaster. That might have nothing to do with you per se, but there's something that's happening in their life where they're saying, I averted disaster. Let's get a card for the connection. Eight of Cups. You are both in separation. I think both of you willingly in separation. 8 of Cups is walking away from 8 full cups. See this person here? They're fishing. That's a fishing line right there. Anytime I think of somebody fishing, it's like self-sustaining. There's like something about that. Right now, the both of you are kind of going it on your own. You're not really sure of where you're headed, but you know you can't stay in this place and space. You need to move forward. You need to move on. So I don't know if you are somebody who wants to step away from the connection. Maybe it's best for both of you right now. Let me get another card for the connection. Three of Pentacles. Working with Spirit. That's what you're focusing on. Working with Spirit, co-creating, building something new. It's interesting because you see this kind of, it looks like kind of like a vacation scenario. This person in the corner looks like they're trying to take a photograph of these two people, but the way that these two people are standing, it looks very awkward to me. It looks super awkward. Their backs are turned towards us. Spirit just said you're working out the working out the kinks. You're something is rough around the edges in both of your lives, and you're kind of working to refining it. And that feels like something that you have to do on your own, in tandem with Spirit, but something that you're doing without your twin. What's Spirit's advice? Ten of Wands, letting go of the burden, letting go of certain things that just don't need to be with you anymore, responsibilities that you've taken on that maybe it's time to put them down. It's a heavy load that you've been carrying, and Spirit's saying it's time to put it down now. The 10 reverts back to the Ace. The Ace. Spirit wants you to make space in your life for something new. Let's read from the book, Summer. Fullness, vitality, sensuality. To experience summer is to be embodied. The summer air kisses every crevice of our body, opening us up in ways long forgotten. Lust, desire, laughter, sweat, physicality. These are all expressions of summer's fullness shining through. When this card appears, know that the senses are heightened and the work is nearing full expression. It may feel as though things are electrified or about to burst. Keep in mind that, like all the alchemical seasons, summer will soon pass. For now, everything in your narrative is fleshed out, and the story has just another chapter or two until it begins again. So revel in this time of ripening and rhythm. Celebrate, gather, connect. Whether the season is literal or metaphorical, let yourself be swept into the pulse of these hot and heavy nights. So that's your reading, fire signs. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Please hit the bell notification to be updated as to when I post new readings. Thank you, twins.